slept in. Like, you need to hear this loud and clear. I slept in. That never happens. As a result of sleeping in, I'm a little behind this morning. I haven't even had coffee, which I have really missed recently. There's a whole lot of information I need to share with you guys, basically about advocating for yourself when it comes to your health care, but we'll circle back to that on another video. Just remember this moment then. You can hear the freeze dryer probably in the background. I am about to check and see what our products are looking like in there. We did some stems of Brussels sprouts, kale, and collards all together, and it was done at about the 22-hour mark, but we were actually out of town at the moment. And because we were out of town at the moment, I simply, I'm out of coffee. All right, I guess we're using the instant coffee this morning. Because I was out of town, I added that extra time to it, and it ended up going for like 44 hours. Because what had happened was, when I did get back in town, we just went down to the beach for the day. Nothing big, just put my toes in the sand and put my body in the salt water. I'm a firm believer in the earth being able to heal you. Me in particular, with the salt water, if I'm having anything going on, like with my allergies or head cold or anything like that, just being in the water and letting it kind of flush me out, I know that sounds gross, is like amazing. And you can make salt water at home, but it's something about natural. But also, if I'm having like any body aches or pains or anything like that, it seems to really do me good. Also, I feel like the swimming in the water, being able to exercise in that buoyancy and not having to fight against gravity as much, is also beneficial for me. So I woke up today feeling pretty refreshed, but I didn't want to get up at all. So when we got back, I was feeling kind of tired, got in the shower, got all of the sand off of me, and then I was so not willing to do anything. So I put more time on the machine. And so I'm going to make me some coffee, start sipping on that, and we're going to pull out what we have in the freeze dryer. Now, in addition to the stems that we have going, I had cooked a big pot of the Brussels sprout leaves, and I'm going to, and we ate off of them for about let me start it over. In addition to the Brussels sprouts stems, kale stems, and collard stems, I had also cooked a large batch of Brussels sprout leaves, which is where those stems came from. And we ate off of them about 3 days or so, packed hubby's lunch for the week with a serving of greens in his lunch for the week. And I was like, let's go ahead and experiment with how it's going to be to have these freeze-dried cooked and then to reconstitute them. I really want to get to the point where it's soon, you know, as we continue to build our freeze-dried food supply, I would love to be able to have him be able to take the Mylar bags to work at his job. He has a kitchen at his disposal where he could go and warm or boil some water in the microwave and just reconstitute it. But also for when we take trips out of town, the older I get, the more sensitive my stomach is getting. And I would love to be able to eat worry-free about my stomach acting up on the road. And this is something that's going to really help with that. And I know there's a lot of us out there that have issues with our tummies, and it may not even be an issue. It may just be that you're a finicky eater. You may be a picky eater. And so fast food joints nowadays, it seems like the quality of service and food has totally gone down. So the more that I can rely on myself, we can rely on ourselves, become a little bit more sustainable in that area, will be amazing too. So this will be my first experiment with reconstituting a cooked product. So I'm really excited about that. But there's a lot going on. I'm making my coffee right now. The video about how we freeze dried our eggs is uploading. So I hope you were able to see that. And if not, just go ahead and click here so that you can watch it, because it was a real good one. I think you'll enjoy that. I did not reconstitute any of those eggs. We've been using them as snacks. Terry literally took like a little mason jar to work, and he has it at his desk that he is eating from. And then I have used them on salads. I have an idea that they will work really, really good in like a potato salad, chicken salad. If you wanted to do that, tuna salad type thing is already prepared. All you do is just fill it up, throw it in there, you know. So I'm gonna finish getting this coffee made, and then I will be back and we'll start pulling those trays out. We're gonna start with the stems. These will be an ingredient in our greens powder, and I'm really excited to be able to have this opportunity to do that, because every opportunity that opens up creates a new way for us to eat sustainably but also healthy. For instance, you can see these are the eggs. They stay close by. And sometimes I'll be making my coffee in the morning. I'll be like, "Ooh, I'm hungry." But also this stays by. This is one of the jars that we use for ourselves. The kale that we freeze dried. This is not seasoned. It's just freeze dried and crumbled into this jar. Many times when I'm making dinner, I may be making a stir fry. Breakfast is really a big one when we're doing like scrambled eggs, or even in grits, because you can make this even smaller, like just crumble it even smaller than what it is. I'll even throw a little bit into grits, and just to have that extra added nutrition right at the ready, knowing that we grew it and that there's no added preservatives, there's nothing harmful in this. It brings me such peace, so much peace. Eventually we will be having these type of things more available for you guys. There's a huge cost to get each freeze-dried item tested. Per Alabama Cottage food law, they have to be water activity tested. So we have to sacrifice a good bit of the product in order for it to be tested. And then, I say sacrifice, but it's not that dramatic, just me being dramatic. We have to pay for the shipping, we have to pay for the testing, but then once it's certified, it's certified. So, you know, that's a good thing. But this is why it's taking us a bit longer to get more items out to you, and to be able to get them into stores. That's a whole nother battle that that's not for 2026. That's a 27, 28 battle, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So just please be patient with us. If you are local and you're wanting to get more of these items and use them in similar ways that we do, it's coming, I promise. Just give us a little bit of time, and by supporting the farm through purchases on our website, it allows us to be able to get more items tested quickly. So that's one way that you can help. Got me a swig or two of my coffee. I'm feeling good. Oh no. See, I packed them really, really, really tight again. And that was another reason why I didn't feel like bad about the extra dry time, because I knew how heavily I have put the stems on there. And now as I'm starting to pull them out, like I can see that it's going to be drama as far as like them falling all over the place. Should have warmed these trays. They are crispy, crispy, crunchy. Look at that. All the way dry. I love it. Let's see. This one isn't as packed. I think maybe I lied. Warm trays. A little late, but there's our next one. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to put these directly into the blender. Even these larger stems from the Brussels sprouts are just completely dry. I love it. I'm a little concerned that the heat from the blender may create some type of moisture. If, I don't know, we'll see. I'm gonna pay attention to the texture of it afterwards. So I'm gonna step over to the base after I sip this coffee. I'm gonna step over to the base and blend this down. What is crazy is how it like totally, oh, I need to put that lid back on. How it totally just goes down to, that's a lot of nutrition though. That is a lot of nutrition. All right, now we'll get the last tray in. Well, this is just the last tray of stems. The collards are not going to be. We're not gonna blend them. Those are gonna be for another project, as I mentioned earlier. I still struggle with getting this lid off. Feels like I'm gonna break it sometimes. Not like I'm that strong or anything. It's just the way you take the lid off is different. Back over to the blender we go. We are ready to get our items into our jar here. I have this very large jar and I would love to fill several of these up this year, but seeing that I'm getting a late start, I don't think it's gonna happen, but I'm just happy with whatever we can do at this point. Let's go ahead and put an oxygen absorber in. I'll just keep these in a jar. Different sizes are in here. I'm going to use a large one. I don't know the mils on it, but it's the Harvest Right one. go ahead and pour this in. Now, I'm probably gonna use this blender today. I said I'm still struggling with opening this thing. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. All right. I'm gonna use this blender to make a smoothie because that goodness that's in here. Let me see. It is kind of warm. I'm wondering. It only took probably a total of 2 minutes for all of it. Okay. But it's warm, but it's not clumping, and that's what I am looking for. Also, I will keep an eye on this jar because look at me. Look. So not only a messy kitchen, but messy clothes. Indoors or out. All right. So that ended up being about 2 cups total. And we're going to go ahead and put our lid on and seal it. And we'll just continue to add to this with each harvest that I do. As I am harvesting the greens and bringing them in, I'm taking the stems off and I'm putting them in freezer bags, sticking them in the freezer, cleaning them all that ahead of time. And then when I feel like I have enough is when I will run a load. So this will be our first load. So it takes a minute, but given how overcrowded I did those trays, it probably could have been much sooner. Just saying. Okay, now that we have that all sealed up, here it is to the side. We'll continue working on filling that, as I had mentioned. Now we're going to go ahead and get the piece de resistance. Is that how you say it? Piece de resistance. It's, oh my gosh. Look at it. Oh, okay, so I did put the pot liquor in there with it, and so I guess that's what all the oh yeah, I did pre-freeze though, but it's still, I'm gonna have to pull the thing out and wash because it did get on the top of the tray holder thing. But look, it smells good. Okay, now I also wanted to kind of experiment. I did put pickled okra in this when I cooked it, and so there's one right there. I want to taste it and just see how it is. Oh my gosh. Oh, it went up my nose. Okay. Ooh. It's good though. I'm gonna put it to the side. My family and I were talking about possibly doing that. And so, the crazy thing, I really didn't have to do much cleaning after I did the eggs, but which is what I expected, but with the collard greens, it seems I'm going to have to. So, let me find a spatula. There we go. Got a spatula and get some bags. Actually, I'm going to put the majority of this if I can, in one bag. Because it was probably enough left for like a side for dinner. So I'm just going to be using the Harvest Right bags. But I do want to put a small amount. It's so fluffy, y'all. So eventually I'll get to the point to where I'm measuring out the weight and everything. Look at that. Oh my goodness. It's literally just crumbly. Measuring out everything, the pre-freeze dried weight versus the post, to know exact directions for reconstitution. And as we do more and more for the public, that I'm gonna definitely do that. But for now, especially with our cooked items, that's not an issue. So oh, there's another okra. Let me put it to the side. We got that flavor in there. So when I'm doing my greens, I do like to, a lot of people like to eat their greens with hot sauce or some type of pepper sauce. And the base of those is vinegar. So what I find is when I go ahead and cook it in there, I'm less prone to add anything after the fact. Okay, let me see. That might be all I can fit in there. Yeah, I'll see. Maybe a smooch. Maybe a smooch more. You know what a smooch is, right? That's a smooch. Oh, I should have used a parchment paper or silicone mat or something. All right, let's get us a oxygen absorber. And there it goes. Should have put that in first, but you know, once we remember to do it at all. My plan is to hold on to these greens until, or not start eating off of them until maybe late summer when we're replanting, and hopefully that will give us a good steady supply between fresh eating and what we have freeze dried. We should be good. Okay, so this isn't the smallest bag that we have, but it is a small bag. Didn't want to go too small because I wanted to make sure there was enough room for reconstitution in the bag, because that's what I'm going for. But for the bag that we did earlier, the large bag, I would do that in a pot. But this would be for like an individual serving. So I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to seal it up just like, uh-oh. I thought something had fell. I'm going to put it in here, seal it up, and then I'm going to charge my batteries because, again, they're getting low. And at that point, we'll come back and we'll work on reconstituting this. So that's what it looks like after being filled. It's one of those what they call gusseted bags. And it stands, which is good for rehydration, obviously. Now, if I was doing this for long term, if this wasn't just going to be an experiment, obviously I put a oxygen absorber in there. But I'm not going to waste one, considering this is going to be an experiment. But I can see how it could be. I'm going to have to put a reminder, I think, on the bag. Because when you're hungry, you're ready to eat. You're just like, let's just get it together. Let's pour the water in there. But you have to remember to take those oxygen absorbers out. So I'll probably, when I'm making these individual servings in the future, we'll probably, on the label, notate, hey, make sure you remove the oxygen absorber before adding the water, broth, or whatever. So, since it may be a few minutes, I am going to go ahead and heat seal this. Just because we're kind of getting the almost full experience of what this is going to be like after the fact. All right. Heat sealed, ready to go.
A few moments later.
Actually remembered to cut my mic back on. Look at me growing and becoming a big girl. Okay, so I have a little mug here. I'm just going to use the coffee maker to get some hot water. I'm going to do 10 ounces. I have my bag here. If you're using a MRE or a freeze-dried ready-to-eat product, just remember to take the oxygen absorber out, or else you're going to ruin your homegrown goodness. So let's get this open. This one does not have one because I knew we were doing this as an experiment. So if for some reason you missed the first part of this video or you skipped through, that's why you will not see me removing an oxygen absorber from this one. Ooh. Even as freeze-dried, it smells just like brassicas. Just like seasoned brassicas. That's what it looks like in the bag. Did you see that? There you go. Alright. So we got our water. I'm going to get a measuring cup out. Let's see, we got 1/4 of a cup here. So, 1/4 of a cup, which would be 2 ounces, 4 ounces of water, which would be 1/2 a cup. Alright, so, I like this one because it's got the nice little pourer on it, the pour spout. Maybe with that I can get it in there without making a mess. Okay, that's 1 or 2, that's 2 ounces. Four ounces or 1/2 a cup. Now, that's what it looks like. I'm going to close it and let that steam stay in there. We'll come back in about 5 minutes and see where we are.
A few moments later.
Okay, it has actually been 7 minutes, and so let's see where we are. I feel like that did it. Let's get a fork. Alright, let me show you what we're looking like. Can't really see much. Ooh, can't be losing my liquor now. My pot liquor. That's important stuff. Okay, so the fact that there is some of that in there is really refreshing. Ooh, And that's what we're looking like. And just like when I first cooked them. I think I would add a little bit more water to dilute the pot liquor out just a little bit more. Matter of fact, I am. I'm going to do that. And probably like an ounce. It was like half of this 2 ounce or 1/4 of a cup. All right. Stirring it up. I'm going to put it in a bowl so you can really look at it. That would be just for you guys to see. But remember, our goal is to just be able to conveniently eat it out of the bag on the go. Yeah, there we go. I didn't measure beforehand the amount that I put in here. And if I had, I'd be in a better position to have some really good instructions. And I'm a little irritated at myself. So let me get this poured up for you. And there you have it. Oh my gosh, let me just get this right. Hold on. Let me stop beeping at me. This is going to be our homegrown, harvested, cooked, freeze-dried, and reconstituted or rehydrated Brussels sprouts greens. Yeah, I gotta go. I got some eating to do. I am so excited about this that yeah, you can't wipe the grin off my face right now, because the possibilities, y'all, are endless. And not just for my family, but for anyone that I can share this with. I started this with the idea and the thought of filling a gap in the food chain locally. If we were separated or isolated from the rest of the world for whatever reasons, like with COVID and then the transportation, not having enough truckers to get the food or so on and so forth, with enough of this type of thing available, we can help close those gaps. It's going to take more than one person, clearly, but I can only do my part. So this is very, very exciting. I hope this inspires you to be able to do a garden, grow something. If you can't, support a local farmer in your community. As they say, keep it in the family, when it comes to money and whatnot. Keep it in the community. The best way you can. Find a local farm that you can trust. That you trust their practices, that that you respect. And if you can't grow your own, you can support them and you can still preserve your own. Even if you don't have a freeze dryer, you can freeze your items. You can can your items. You can ferment your items. And if you followed us for a while, you've seen us do all of the above. And I will continue to utilize as many preservation methods as I can, because I'm not the eggs all in one basket person. I've had too many things go wrong in my life that it's not practical for me to freeze dry everything, to freeze everything, to can everything. It don't make sense. That's just a flat line. Flat line? No, that's dead. That's just it. This is so good. I feel like if you're a freeze dryer out there and you've done greens before, and maybe, I feel like, tell me if I'm wrong on this. The process of freeze drying and rehydrating, I feel like these greens got more tender. Am I wrong? Or am I just hungry? I don't know. But I gotta go, okay? Thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting this channel. Thanks for getting behind a local farm, whether it's ours or someone in your own community. And even if it's only in a pot, remember you can grow big from home. Whether it's growing your personal food pantry by supporting a local farm, whether it's growing your own food or harvesting from a friend's garden, you can grow big from home. See you in the next video.